Hey all, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Being Louisa. So today's video is sponsored by nurses.co.uk. And I will be leaving the information in the description down below. Just go click on there and hop on over to the blog portion of their website, because I think it'd be very helpful for us student midwives, as well as those of you guys who are nurses as well, since I feel like a lot of skills in life are transferable. So even though it's about nurses, you can transfer them on to you as a student midwife or a student midwife to be. So this video is going to be 10 tips to get through a 12-hour shift. Tip number 1 is sleep. Like, sleep before your shift. No matter if it's a day shift or a night shift, sleep. Please actually sleep. I say this because I know some people who like to go out the night prior to a shift and ended up coming back, so there was like no point in them sleeping. That's a lot, people. That's a lot. Like, sleep definitely helps. You need your energy to get through the day. Then number 2 is sleep enough. Now they're separate because you can sleep, but if you don't sleep enough hours that your body requires to actually function correctly and at a good amount of functioning, there's no point of sleeping. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you need to have slept enough hours to function. And like, when I say function, I mean more than just roll out of bed, get dressed, go to work. I mean, you actually have to use your brain in some of these, especially if it's anywhere near the time that you're going to be getting marked. You need to be able to show your knowledge and show how you can make links between your knowledge that you've got from university and then practice. You can't really link that knowledge if your brain isn't working. At least, well, that's the case for me. If you can, then kudos to you. I can't. Tip number 3 is to get your outfit sorted the day before or the night before. Now, I say outfit because it depends. If you're in community, some community teams allow you to wear smart casual to community. Some community teams want you to wear your uniform. So get either your smart casual outfit or your uniform ready the night prior and have it laid out so that you can just grab it in the morning and there's no fuss and you don't have to keep on looking to see what to wear and then waste precious time that you could be eating or sleeping more or just relaxing. It's just there, done, cool. Tip number 4 is iron your uniform or your clothes the night prior. I am very strange with my uniform tunic. I actually iron it twice. So I iron it when I like hang it up, and then I will iron it the night prior to going on placement, or I will iron it the night prior to going on placement, and then I will iron it the day of placement. This may sound like overkill, but it's just a trick I've learned to keep my tunic. Oh wow, I can't see. Okay, so it's just a trick I've learned to keep my tunic extra uncrinkled, so it'd be crinkled in like the spots that I fold it up, because I do put my tunic in my bag when I go to placement. It's just, it works for me. I just have less crinkles and it's amazing since I usually have the most crinkliest clothes ever. Tip number 5, make sure you bring food or you have access to food. I say this because I know a lot of people who don't like to cook or pre-cook for the week or like pre-cook the night prior for that day. So they just like to buy food when they're at placement. Not every hospital has somewhere for you to buy food. So 1, make sure you know your hospital, what facilities are in place so that it's possible for you to buy food in the hospital or the closest shop isn't that far away. Otherwise, make sure you bring food because you don't want to be on a 12-hour shift and not have anything to eat. 1, you'll probably get grumpy or hangry. I know I get severely hangry. Just make sure you have food on you, and make sure if you don't have a full meal, at least like grab a snack or a couple of snacks before getting to placement, because you need that energy. Again, like, it's energy that's going to get you through these 12 hours. Tip number 6 is to bring a reusable cup or a water bottle. I've always brought a water bottle. That's been my thing. Just bring a massive bottle filled with water first, and then make sure you drink all that water and fill it again, and at least drink half of that water so that you know you're having enough fluids throughout the day, because that's super important. Tip number 7 is try to get your break as late as possible. Now, I'm not saying like super duper like 5 o'clock, which would be awesome, I'm not gonna lie. However, I am saying try and aim for the 3 o'clock region. Well, it depends on when you start, but the 3 to 4 o'clock region is a great time to have a break. Other times, good times is 2. However, again, it depends on when you start your shift. Tip number 8 is, if you're not busy, offer to do things for other people. Simply because it's, 1, shows that you're a super kind person, it shows that you're thoughtful, it makes other midwives appreciate you, and so then when if your mentor's not in, they'll gladly take you on. But also it helps you pass the time. So if you're not busy, and if you, instead of you just sitting down and looking lazy, you're walking around, you're keeping busy, you're getting yourself, one, like you're getting active, you're being fit, but also it helps you stay awake more, which really does help with the 12.5-hour shift, because that is a lot of hours, guys. So you need to do stuff to help pass that time. Tip number 9 is to bring a book with you, preferably a midwifery related book, just so it looks like you're doing work. A textbook would be great, so you actually do work and you get stuff done, but bring a book with you just in case it's not that busy on your ward, to help pass the time and to also learn. Like, you might as well enrich your learning. Also, it makes it look good if you're not on your phone. So like, I have books on my phone, that's why I tend to just read on my phone. However, I noticed that people thought I was on my actual phone, like just like, you know, doing, I don't know, Instagram and stuff, but I wasn't. I was actually reading. So I learned to just bring in a book and read it like a paperback book, so that people could actually clearly see what I was reading. And this kind of leads me into my next point. So tip number 10 to get you through a 12-hour shift is to ask questions. So as I was saying, like, the reason why I say it leads me on is because I had books that I would like, oh, I wonder what this is, or I wonder if we do this here. So I would ask my mentor or whoever was around, like whatever midwife was around, that question. I'd be like, oh, so do we do this here? Or like, what would you do in this situation? Or I don't understand this, could you explain it to me? So that was very informative for me. I learned quite a bit. Try and ask as many questions, because one, it makes you look good again, especially if someone's assessing you. They're like, oh, you're very eager to learn, eager to seek knowledge out. And also you do learn, and you get to like know things, and you get to understand procedures and why things are done this way and why things aren't that way. And sometimes, unfortunately, you don't learn that because people just say it just is the way it is. And I'm like, oh, but otherwise it's a great way to learn new things, and it's really helpful, and it helps you pass the time on a 12-hour shift. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, keep on being you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below with any questions or suggestions, and don't forget to subscribe to get weekly updates. Bye, y'all.